Hey everybody, Tom Langland here with RVTexasyall.com, and today, welcome back to RV Tours. Today, we're looking at a 2017 Coleman 262 BH. And when you hear BH on the end, that normally means bunkhouse. So as you'll see when we go on the inside, when Stacy shows you the inside, that it's a bunkhouse model. But I'm going to take you around the outside and kind of show you a few of the features here of this Coleman. Okay, now let's start our tour with the front of the Coleman. And on the front, it's got a manual tongue jack, you know, obviously, so you can go up and down and it'll level the front. Also, you have two propane canisters, and they're the regular size that you can either change out at places or even have them refilled. And it has a nice cover here that covers it up. That'll help them. Of course, the connection to your truck, so your lights and your batteries and your brakes and all that work. And so we'll go around, and it's an aluminum style body, which is nice. Normally weathers pretty well. And down here, I wanted to show you, and I've got a little RV tip here for you. This is where, these are your stabilizers. And you can also level a little bit with it. But this is the way that, this is what comes with it, and it's manual. But as we did with our first trailer, all you need to do is get a socket that fits this right here, and you get a cordless drill. Makes it a lot easier if it's cordless, and you just zip it right here and it goes up and down real quick. And that's what we did. That was one of the best tips we got from somebody right away when they saw us doing it manually the very first time we were out. And it really shortened our setup. In fact, so much that our son loved doing it. You know, he didn't love cranking it, but he loved getting out the drill and doing it. So makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker to set up. Also on the front here, it has a pass-through storage, which is very nice. You can fit a lot of chairs or whatever, barbecue pit, whatever you need to in here, and quite a bit of room. And what I also like is up here, it's got a thing, a latch kind of that holds your door up so it doesn't bang you in the head. So that's pretty nice, pretty handy. And it also locks. I mean, yeah, you have the turn here, but with the key, you can lock this and lock your valuables up. On this too, on the roof, you'll see that it has gutters, which is really nice. So then it runs the water away up here when it rains, or from your air conditioning up there, as the condensation, it'll drip down on the ground. It won't drip on your head over your door and stuff. So those are really nice. Another feature here, of course, this, and you'll see later, but that holds your door open when you're camping. If you want to keep your door open to get a vent through, gets a ventilation through. Right here you have outdoor plugs, which this is something we use quite often for lights on the outside, and also you may want lights on your awning. And this one's got a pretty decent size awning. I don't know, I'd call it's probably around 15 feet or something. So comes out over your door, so when you have it out, you're shaded from your door too. So nice awning. Also, here's where you put in your fresh water. So if you, it's got its own tanks here, so if you go off grid or whatever, you're not connected to a water hose, you can take some water along with you. It's always a nice thing. And these are on the back. These are just vents that are on the back of the refrigerator and probably your heater for your unit. Right here, it's actually locked, so I'm not going to open it up. It's another storage bay. Doesn't go all the way through because there's not one on the other side, but it's another place for you to store some of your stuff. On the back, now this actually is your water heater access panel. So in case you need to work on that, it's right here. And your bumper, actually this kind of bumper I like on these types, because with this bumper you can put a rack on it for bikes and stuff, which we did. And also it's got this that pulls off. Significance of that is you can put your stinky slinky in here, your sewer hose, and it's nice to keep it away from everything else. I like that. On this side, we come over, and if you're at a campground that has cable, here's your cable connection that comes in, and to hook to the city water, if they have water at the campground, right here. And a feature I also really like here, and my wife will like a bunch, is the power cord. It's not on an electric reel, but it's all put in here together, so it's a lot neater to put away and take out and plug in. And even with that, we always suggest, just to let you know, to get a surge protector for this. So when wherever you're plugging in, you have protection for your appliances and everything on the inside. Down here below is where you hook up your black and gray water. And as you know, they're almost always labeled for you. This is the gray water. There's the black water for your dump. This unit has a big slide on this side, a deep slide. So obviously on the inside, that'll give you a lot more room. Couple windows, that's nice. And on this side, it'll show you that this is the other part of the pass-through from this side. And so you can access it from here. And of course, you have the other jack down below. So that basically takes it around the Coleman 262. And I'm going to pass it over to Stacy and let her show you the inside.
Okay, y'all, so now we've moved into the Coleman 262BH, and by the way, this is a Lantern Edition model. Right by the door, very convenient, you've got your tank level monitors, so all of your tank levels, your battery levels, all right here by the door, which is super convenient. You've got, does have a power awning on it, so you can put your awning in or out right here. You can control your exterior lights, turn off the power or turn on the power to your interior lights, your water pump, and it does have a gas water heater. Some of these might come also with an electric water heater. This particular unit has a gas water heater, so you can turn that on right here. You also have your slide room operation right here. So everything right here at your fingertips, super convenient. You walk in, and you've got your kitchen right here. So it's a pretty spacious kitchen, excuse our bag, but pretty spacious kitchen for the size of the travel trailer. You've got a 2-bowl sink, which makes washing dishes a lot simpler. It is a plastic sink to cut down on weight. You've got some plug right here. You do have a nice window over so you can look into the campsite or open it for ventilation while you're here. You've got a cooktop. It's a 3-burner gas cooktop right here, runs off your propane. And you also have your propane oven right here below. You've got a huge storage area right here, which would be great for your trash can or your larger items. And you can see they've continued the flooring underneath, which is nice. You don't have anything unfinished in there. And then you've got drawers. They snap in real nice so that they shouldn't open during transport. And the 2 bottom ones are deeper, giving you some flexibility in that. You've got a light right here, and then you've got this huge cabinet area up here. So the thing about these huge cabinet areas, this is great for flexibility because you can put pretty much any size of pot or pan up here, dishes, pantry items. The downside is it's a big open space. So you know, you can use canisters, or you could put in some temporary shelving or some build your own shelving in here, some wire shelves, however you like to make it your own. But it does offer you maximum flexibility. And they do latch into place very nicely. This particular model, by the way, they have listed for just over $25,000. It shows at 30 feet long, basically 30.5 feet long, and its dry weight is 5,744 pounds. This is a continuation of this. So actually this is all one big cabinet. So that gives you a lot of space. You got your microwave up here. It's a traditional microwave that you would find in a lot of RVs. Smaller than a lot of residential microwaves, but certainly usable for what you might need on the road. And you do have your vent and cooktop right here. You have another counter or cabinet down here, which is good size, which would be great again for maybe some of your larger pots and pans or bigger kitchen items. Looking up real quick, you do have your speakers. There's one up there and one right here. You've got an open storage area up here. This, I don't know that would it be great for putting stuff into travel, because if you're going down the road and it's moving a little bit, stuff might fall out. But once you're where you are, this would be a great little extra storage space. You've got a Norcold RV refrigerator. It runs off of propane or electricity. This is your freezer, so an excellent size freezer for a traditional RV refrigerator. And then this would be your refrigerator. And it does say automatic, so that means traditionally it can change back and forth between propane and electric, knowing what you need depending on how you're hooked up. You have this huge area here that you could use for a pantry or linens or clothing or what have you. It's very deep. And you have an additional drawer or cabinet down there on the bottom, additional shelf, excuse me, down on the bottom. I mean, this is the length of my arm basically deep. So that's some nice space. Now we said it's a bunkhouse. And here's your bunks. These are two very large bunks. You could easily fit multiple children, you know, probably two smaller kids could share one of these bunks. And I'll get in. I'm about 5'7", so I actually fit. So a lot of bunks in RVs are short, so I can't fit in some of them, but this one I can actually stretch out and fit. So even some larger children or even some adults could sleep on these bunks. And it's nice that they're wider. Now the bathroom, and I'll let you kind of peek in here. It does have a tub in it, which is a little bit unusual. So especially folks with kids, that might be a great feature for you. You do have a plastic toilet, and we always tell folks it does have a small vent up at the top, but we always tell folks one thing to check out. You always want to stand in the shower and make sure that it's tall enough for you. Again, I'm 5'7", so this is pretty good, and you can take it off to spray yourself if you like. And the other thing, this is crazy, but the other thing we always tell people is to come in and sit on the toilet to make sure your knees can fit. So something to think about for someone who's larger. That might be an issue in this particular unit because of the angles that are in here. But for someone who's my size, it would be fine. You do have a plastic medicine cabinet up here. Again, they use a lot of plastics in these units because they're lighter. And so it makes it easier to bring your weight down. Here's you've got a Dometic AC heater unit on this one. Here's your controls for that. And then coming around on this side, one thing I do want to point out before we go to this side is these are your heater ducts down in the floor. And that's one thing that you'll see that's different from RV to RV is sometimes they're on the floor like this. Sometimes they're up on the wall. So the one thing to be aware of with these floor units, we have them in our unit right now. They're very popular, but you do have to clean them out every so often. You can just vacuum them out just because dust and stuff will fall down in the vents because they're in the floor. Now, the thing I love about this slide are all the windows. It brings in a lot of light. All of these windows have blinds that actually, they have a little hole in the end, and you can just latch them into their clasps down here when you're traveling so they don't bang around. Or you can unclasp them and raise them up like we've done here. And the windows are a simple slide open window, which lets in a lot of breeze, which is nice. This is the dinette. It's a traditional booth dinette. It's actually pretty comfortable. And you can take the legs off, put the table down, and this forms into a bed. Over here, you've got your couch. This is a jackknife couch, meaning that it serves as a couch. This particular one has the center seat that can come down, and you can use it for two people to sit with their drinks. Or you can pull it out and it becomes a bed. And these pieces come off to give you more space. So that's a nice feature. You've got some additional storage up here. Now these are not on props, so that might be something you want to consider adding. You can add little props to them to hold them up so that you don't have to hold them while you're surfing stuff out of here. But this is all one large cabinet, and it goes about half my length of my arm, so about half the distance of the big cabinets on the other side. Up here, this is where your TV would go. You've got a stereo CD player right here, some additional storage. There's a cable outlet right there and power. And then in the back, I'll let you come around on that side and I'll come around on this side. This is your bedroom. It is a queen bed. And it is a walk around. It's a tight walk around because this unit isn't very wide, but you can walk on both sides of the bed, which is nice to make it up. And then to give you an idea of its depth, again, I'm 5'7". I've got about that much from my head hitting the wall because the wall kind of bends in, and you can see my feet are at the bed. So it's a little bit short maybe, but for someone my height, it works just fine. You've got some plugs on the side, each side, which is nice for charging your devices. Some drawers right here for books and things like that, keys. And then each side has a closet for hanging clothes. Now, the TV, or right now, this unit does not have a TV in the bedroom, but there is a mounting location on the wall right over there if you wanted to mount a TV bracket in here. Your bed does come up for additional storage. It is not currently on a lift. You could easily add one to make it easier to access, but you do have some storage under there. And I noticed when I lifted that up, now this is a story, I noticed that you have another heater vent at the foot of the bed. Our first travel trailer had a heater vent at the foot of the bed, and I loved it during the winter because when the heater would come on, it would blow the heat up under the blankets and warm up my feet. So that's a good placement. So now we just step back outside because I wanted to point one more thing out to you. We mentioned the stereo inside. Well, this one also has outdoor speakers, so you can play your music and hear it outside at your campsite while you're enjoying the day. That'll do it for this Coleman 262BH. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to check our other RV tours. We love to go out and see different RVs and what's available on the market today, and we're happy to share that with y'all. It's definitely one of our most popular segments of our YouTube channel, so if there's anything in particular that you want to see, leave us a comment and let us know about it. Until next time, y'all, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit thumbs up for us, and we'll see you next time. Safe travels and happy camping. Bye.